What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about some exciting new updates following the launch of Season 4, shocking content that was found, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and let me know down below in the comment section. How are you guys liking the new season thus far when it comes to the multiplayer, Warzone, even DMZ? Leave all your thoughts and feedback down below, but also enjoy some new gunfight gameplay here in the background. I honestly think that Penthouse is peak, probably one of the best gunfight maps in years, and I'm not just saying that because I was born and raised in Chicago, but the map is, of course, gorgeous. And with that being said, we also have plenty of other coverage of Season 4 being posted over on Detonated via articles on the website, and of course live tweets over on Twitter. But as of right now, the playlists that are live inside of COD 2.0 are as follows. For multiplayer, we have Kunstenar District 24/7 for 6v6. We have Showdown 24/7 for 6v6. We then have Battle Map Objective Mosh Pit, which is for 12v12. And that's crazy that they actually added Search and Destroy on the battle maps. Just didn't expect that at all. And we of course have Gunfight Blueprints, allowing you to take part in some action on the brand new gunfight maps, Penthouse and even Mercado. And don't forget, Gunfight Blueprints does allow you to use a bunch of upcoming cosmetics that are going to be releasing via Season 4 bundles, or some cosmetics they kind of just released during Season 3 Reloaded, but also added to Quick Play. We have 10v10 permanently, third person, which is fantastic. I honestly missed that over in multiplayer. We then have Infected, Gun Game, Drop Zone, and even Grind. But moving over into Warzone now, for the week of June 14th, we have Ranked Play Beta over in Trios for BR. We then have regular BR solos and quads for Al Mazrah. We then have Vandal Resurgence with all squad sizes, and then Plunder quads on Al Mazrah as well. Unfortunately, Ashika Island will not be playable for the next week or so, but for the week of June 21st, we of course have Ranked Play BR Trios again, Battle Royale solos and quads for Al Mazrah, Resurgence on Vandal for all squad sizes, Ashika Resurgence quads is coming back, along with Plunder quads for Al Mazrah. But as reported by the press, within 2 hours of the launch of Season 4's Blackcell bundle is in the top 5 best sellers over on Steam. And then about 24 hours later, taking a look at what the charts are looking like for Steam and Battle.net, it looks like Call of Duty is still on top, and even PlayStation and Xbox, we're seeing Modern Warfare 2 Season 4 also being in the top 5 most played games right now. So for those out there that keep claiming that Call of Duty's dead or the season is terrible, people out there are playing it, and the vocal majority on Twitter and the echo chambers of Reddit do not represent the majority of the Call of Duty player base whatsoever. There are quite a few casuals out there that don't watch any YouTube content or look at social media posts. They're just playing the game and buying cosmetics that they're interested in. So once again, if bundles aren't your thing, if you're not interested, don't buy them. If you guys don't have extra money to spend on in-game cosmetics and microtransactions, then save your money. If it means that you could buy groceries and other important things in life, that's just the way it goes. But once again, for those out there thinking that, you could spread a message online that we're not going to accept a $30 Blackcell bundle inside of COD, people are buying it anyway. Just remember that it doesn't matter what I say or any other person on social media. There are a lot of casuals out there that don't care what words come out of my mouth and are just going to play the game anyway. But like I said over on stream, the Blackcell bundle is pretty damn sweet this season. It comes with some very nice animated and reactive looking skins for operators, blueprints, and some other content in the game. Honestly, worth the purchase if you guys were going to buy cosmetics this season anyway, or if you want a bundle that comes with both the Battle Pass and a bunch of other free goodies, go ahead and pick that up. But this season, we also have 3 offerings for the Battle Pass. The base one at 1,100 COD points, a regular bundle for 2,400 COD points featuring tier skips, and then the entire Blackcell pack for $30 US, featuring more than just the Battle Pass and tier skips, but a bunch of other bonus sector content inside of the pass itself via the Blackcell. So that's cool that they brought that back. For those out there that wanted a $20 Battle Pass option like we were accustomed to getting inside of Modern Warfare 19, Cold War, even Vanguard. But speaking of things that have returned, we also have some Blackout cosmetics that have returned inside of Warzone 2.0 in the form of parachuting and contrail cosmetics. As you guys may have noticed in the new Blackcell offering here in Season 4, you can now customize your parachutes and contrails. And of course, this will be something that you can end up doing for the duration of the entirety of Warzone 2's life cycle, not just while Modern Warfare 2 is in its prime. Of course, when we end up getting a new Warzone map for Modern Warfare 3 or the next Black Ops game, you'll be able to customize parachutes and contrails for those new maps as well, which is something that Blackout did pretty well a couple of years ago. There were a lot of free offerings inside of Blackout, allowing you to customize the color and the style or the theme of your contrails when you're actually in the air, or the specific parachute that's on your back. It's really cool to see that things like that are making their way back into COD 2.0, just some extra forms of cosmetics that you guys may have been interested in. But it still remains to be seen if we're going to end up seeing sprays and gestures ever return inside of a future title. I think they're probably going to make their way back into the game, maybe with Modern Warfare 3. But something else you guys might have noticed via the Battle Pass timer is that Season 4 here is only about a 48-day season, which means that we're going to end up seeing Season 5 presumably on Wednesday, August the 2nd. Now, Now, that makes for a much shorter season than what we saw in Season 1, of course, Season 2, even Season 3, so it's unclear why that's the case. So they're making sure that they have enough room for a Season 5 and a Season 6 before the new Call of Duty from Sledgehammer, or they make it to where Season 5 comes out in August and last until, let's say, October-ish, and then they'll have like some off-season type period right before Modern Warfare 3, but there won't be a Season 6. Lots of possibilities with what they could do with the seasonal structure for this game. I'm gonna guess because of how short Season 4 is, there probably is enough time for a 6th season, and if you look at what the schedule was like for Modern Warfare 19 and some of the other previous Call of Duty titles, they made plenty of room for a Season 6 every year, even with some delays here and there, but Vanguard was the only game to not get a 6th season for who knows what reason, maybe because the game underperformed or because they had to dedicate a lot of the resources that were going into Vanguard on Modern Warfare 2 instead. It's unclear why that game had a 6th season that got axed, but with Modern Warfare 2, I wouldn't be shocked to see a 6th season now. However, a lot of other evidence and rumors do suggest that we're only going to be seeing 5 seasons for this game, but I'll keep you guys posted with that one. But a Reloaded update should be happening for Season 4 at some point near the middle-ish of July, but because of how short this season is, it's going to be crazy that as we're kind of just warming up and getting used to and finishing all the content that's a part of our launch window of Season 4, we're right away going to start seeing some marketing for the mid-season update before we even know it, and then as we're enjoying that content, there'll be some marketing straight away as well for our 5th season dropping at the very beginning of August. So Call of Duty fans are eating well, and I'm glad that we're not seeing any big droughts or gap periods like we got during Season 1 of Modern Warfare 2, where there was nearly nothing going on for an entire month, and it took a while before we ended up getting some brand new content. But the last couple of seasons we've gotten, 2, 3, and now 4, there's been so much happening very frequently, and before we know it, a new season is already getting marketed as we're still finishing the content that kind of just came out. So like I said, there's a lot going on for every single game mode as a part of COD 2.0. But with the launch of Season 4 as of a couple of days ago, new rumors have suggested that the characters of Mace and Graves are indeed returning at some point in Season 5. And that's wild considering all the speculation around Graves actually not being dead, even though it's speculated that he did end up blowing up in that tank during campaign. Maybe he was remotely controlling it, or if he wasn't, then somehow he survived the explosion when the tank blew up. I still think they're going to go with the plot point of just him having remote controlled the tank from elsewhere and then went off the grid after the events of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. But in terms of Mace, he's a character that we saw in Modern Warfare 19, and it was always speculated that he ended up joining Shadow Company later in that game cycle, so that actually makes perfect sense. If Graves went off the grid, maybe he went ahead and recruited some other characters in a Shadow Company to kind of rebuild the team, and that's kind of leading into the plot points that we've been seeing throughout Warzone 2, DMZ. There's a lot going on with the brand new faction over in Vandal as well, and there's even the mysterious identity of the Blackcell Adam character who might end up being Makarov, so we have a lot of things going on inside of the post-launch story for Modern Warfare 2 right now. We of course have the main plot over in the raids, we have the seasonal story through Warzone and a bit of DMZ, and then we also have what could be the cliffhanger that we saw at the end of the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, dealing with Makarov, No Russian, the whereabouts of Graves, even General Shepard. There's a lot they could explore towards the end of the post-launch story here in Modern Warfare 2, and of course plenty to go off of for the launch of Modern Warfare 3 at some point this fall. But leave some hype down below in the comments about Graves potentially becoming a playable operator inside of COD 2.0, something that's been heavily requested by the entire community. I know everyone out there is going to eat that bundle up for sure, and maybe they'll just make him the Battle Pass operator, although I feel like Mace will likely be that person, and then Graves could be sold through a separate bundle later, or there could even be 2 new operators in the Battle Pass, like we saw with Alejandro and Valeria back during Season 3. We'll just have to wait and see. But now tonight's video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. If you're injured and don't know where to start, you can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less without ever having to leave the couch. Submitting a claim for an injury doesn't have to be a stuffy process. With Morgan & Morgan, there's no need for you to visit law offices and sit through timely consultations. You can submit a claim and have a lawyer review your case with only 8 clicks from your mobile app. Now, Morgan & Morgan is a 21st century law firm which has modernized the injury law process, making it so easy to submit your claim. You can submit your case details, sign contracts, upload documents, and medical records all from your cell phone. You can even text your attorney and legal team throughout the duration of your case. Submitting an injury claim after a car accident is a no-brainer. You have nothing to lose, and a firm like Morgan & Morgan can quickly determine if you even have a case. Don't overthink it though. Take action to protect your rights, and Morgan & Morgan will fight to get the compensation that you deserve. But with that being said, check out Morgan & Morgan with the special link down below in this video's description or the pinned comment, and thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring tonight's video. Also, something that hasn't been talked about all that much, aside from Call of Duty getting a brand new logo, they've actually changed the font of all of their marketing through the blog posts. So Call of Duty got quite a bit of a refresh here in Season 4, and that's probably leading into not only a big crossover coming in Season 4 with the boys and other big plans they have for COD 2.0, but the fact that another new Call of Duty is indeed coming this fall. So they're just refreshing all the logos, the fonts, and the branding before we get a big new title at some point in November. But aside from that, it is official now. 2.0 has been dropped from Warzone. So what once was Warzone 2.0, which came out on November 16th, that has now become just Warzone yet again. So for those out there that might see confusing headlines or tweets, yes, Warzone 2.0 has been dropped for just Warzone. And it's unclear as to why that happened. I know it's just cleaner marketing and branding overall. Maybe they just wanted to make it clear that Warzone 2.0 was a new experience to kind of separate that from Warzone 1 or what is now Warzone Caldera. But now the people out there have gotten used to Warzone 2 being the main game. Now we could just call it Warzone again, and they'll keep that for the foreseeable future until a Warzone 3 eventually happens, if ever at all. So for those out there that are confused, yes, as of right now, we just have Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone, and they'll just call it Warzone even when a new map comes out along with the integration of Modern Warfare 3. But last and certainly not least, a new feature in loadouts did get added in called recommended weapons, which is kind of cool, and it does set 22 different weapons as the recommended ones, and each weapon recommended gets plus 20 weapon XP while in use. So I guess that's cool for those out there that don't really know where to start and don't really want to watch a bunch of content as to what the best loadouts are. You can give that a shot, and overall I think it's a really cool quality of life change for those out there that are new to the game and feel like they joined a little too late in the game's life cycle to where everybody else is using the meta. I think it's a great feature overall for the entire community. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our exciting new updates that just dropped here with Season 4? How are you feeling about the shocking content that was found in regards to Mace and even Graves, plus everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.